Fany, thanks for taking some time to talk a little bit about your experience in the NEC doctoral program. First of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you so much, Gavin. It's so great to see you. So I'm Fany Hannon. I was born and raised in Honduras. I've been living in the United States for the past 26 years. I speak Spanish and a little bit of Portuguese. I learned English when I was 20 years old when I came to the US. And who am I besides all of these wonderful pieces? Right now, I'm the interim Dean of Students at the University of Connecticut. And I'm also an affiliate faculty with our Institute for Latino and Caribbean Studies under the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. And but before all of this great, roles, I was for 10 years the former director of the Puerto Rican Latin American Culture Center, as well at the University of Connecticut, the Storrs campus.
Great, thanks. So tell us a little bit about your experience in the doctoral program.
Oh my goodness, where to start? Well, first of all, I have to say I'm a big fan of New England College, and I'm a big fan of our program. To the point that I've been recruiting already some of our great colleagues, Dr. Merslem, who graduated from the program. One of the, I think that for me, one of my experience in the program was the cohort-based, really having the opportunity to be surrounded by other practitioners and as well as scholar practitioners who have been in the field for so many years, or even if they were just really contemplating starting their careers in higher education. So the cohort-based, the residency model, I loved it. I loved the fact that we had the opportunity to be in person, but also doing our homework from home, having those conversations, using the technology. It's so interesting how, for me, the program helped me to become a better digital student, distance learning student, because that was a new concept to me. And I'm a people's person. I love being surrounded by people. So having the balance between the residency and the classes, that was one of the great experiences. I did miss not having my residencies during the pandemic. It was really hard. But that's one of the pieces that I think I treasure. My cohort, we were close, with each other, because I think that geographically, all of us were from the New England area. So that helped out a lot. I think that my other experience in the program was the faculty. So really having the opportunity to be in the classroom with practitioners and administrators who were teaching, their subject matter expert, and bringing that real life concept to the classroom. That's another great experience that I had in the program. And I have to say, those 2.5 hours that I drove from Connecticut to New Hampshire really helped me every Friday to collect my thoughts in transitioning from being the administrator to really being the student in the classroom. And yes, and I did not get in trouble, thank God, but I do appreciate the traveling time as well.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit about the residencies, the cohort, the faculty. So are there some other strengths in the program that you'd like to share with folks?
I think that one of the pieces that I want to really expand is so with the faculty, I love the fact that there were classes in our program that were also taught by K through 12 professors. And I really love that, because another strength that, in my opinion, the program has is this connection between K through 12 in higher education. So being able to be with other colleagues who were pursuing their K through 12 doctorate, but also learning from faculty from those specific classes, and understand that there's a connection between the two words, but also understanding the different policy settings in K through 12 versus higher education. I love those conversations that we will always have during dinner time, and really learn from our K through 12 colleagues as well. So I think that it's an untapped source that we don't really talk that much in the program, but it makes our program very unique, in my opinion. The other piece is I'm very grateful for my chair, Dr. Fany Hannon, who is amazing. Certainly, Dr. Christine Wilson, who is also a faculty. She was in my committee. And but at the same time, every single faculty member was there to help me to be successful. So I think that another strength is the investment of our faculty to make sure that I was doing well, not only the class that I was taking, but at the same time, asking me questions about my dissertation. And that's another component. The fact that the dissertation, it's already embedded, I mean, from whether we want to believe from day one or from, the first month, I do like that approach, because it gives you the opportunity to be thinking already about your dissertation, working on your dissertation, and it's another strength of the program. And the last, piece, I would say that for me, it gave me language. I love languages, but it gave me this language to speak in my current job. An example, there are 2 classes, actually 3 classes that came into mind right now. Strategic planning. Because of that class, I was able to position myself at the university strategic plan committee. And because I knew exactly what I needed to say, and I asked the provost if I could be part of that. So, and he said yes. Policy and the policy class, there was another class that gave me the language to be speaking with policymakers at the university, but also, again, infiltrating myself in those spaces. And finally, I know that universities, we have the general counsel. During the law class, I learned that it's so important to speak with our lawyers friends at the university. So I do appreciate one assignment in the law class that we needed to have an interview with any of the lawyers at the university. So now I'm very happy to report that because of that assignment, I have a much better relationship with the general counsel office at the university, but also, again, I look at the gain, the worth that the program has given me. And so I'm very grateful for those tangibles that I can say, this is, what the program has done for me. And obviously, I love my research, my dissertation. I couldn't have done it, without the knowledge of my committee, but I do appreciate the reality of helping me to find the right resources for the research, and now being able to go around, present, and be part of this, scholar community.
Great. So thinking about who you were as a person and a professional before starting the program, and where you were as a person and professional after the program, how did you change?
Oh my goodness. Well, let's talk about confidence, because I think that my confidence not as a person, I think as a person, I have always, as a woman of color, have always had, this, self-confidence. But at the same time, the program, I can definitely see that the practitioner and the scholar practitioner, because one of the pieces that the program gave me is to embrace this identity of being a scholar practitioner, that I had this resentment because I'm being very honest. I had this resentment before. I had always seen myself as a practitioner, but really embraced that I can be both. But at the same time, at the moment that I started taking the classes every semester, I noticed a change in me as an administrator. It was very clear that one of the visions that the program helped me to embrace is that I was ready for the next role. I loved what I did, as a culture center director, but every single class will open up, this opportunity for me to dream and aspire that I could be a dean, or AVP, VP. It's like it gave me that additional confidence that I needed, and gave me the knowledge. Going back to gave me the language. I never thought that I would have ever in my life do a quantitative research, a correlational study. And really, I feel so proud of myself, because it was because of the program that I had this opportunity to also embrace the quantitative part of the research, and being able, as a woman, a Latina, to be in this new space that I'm able to not only explain, but I know I have gained that learning, I have gained that knowledge. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'm a very different administrator and a scholar practitioner because of the program, and I'm grateful for all of these opportunities.
Right. Anything else you'd like to share about the EdD program at New England College?
I want to say that for those of you who are going to be watching this video or listening, please click and just say yes, to New England College. You won't regret it, and because it's a great program, and you will definitely be empowered. You're gonna learn so much, and most importantly, everybody, I didn't mention this. Your salary will increase when the EdD comes into at the end of your first and last name.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Fany.
Oh, you're welcome, Gavin.